Welcome mga ka-learners! Kamusta naman po ang araw nyo? Okay, ready na ang devices or notebooks ha? Today, we will learn how to use a community survey to help solve your community problems. In any study, like a community survey, it is very important that you are able to present the data you have gathered. You should report your results and conclusions to the proper authorities and the people concerned. In this lesson, you will learn how to notify the proper authorities and the people concerned, the residents themselves. After this lesson, you should be able to make recommendations to persons or authorities concerned to help meet the needs and problems identified in the community survey and present the results of the survey. Study the situation. You have finished making conclusions about the data that you have gathered from the community survey. One of your conclusions is the need to improve the garbage disposal system in your community. You found out that 300 residents out of 350 believe that the garbage disposal system and collection services are inadequate. What do you recommend or suggest should be done about improving the garbage disposal system and collection services? Why is it important to make recommendations to concerned persons or authorities about the needs and problems that have been identified in the community survey? Recommendations are suggestions or possible solutions to the needs and problems identified in the community survey. They can bring the attention of barangay officials and persons in authority to the condition of the community and the status of its residents. You should also consult the members of the community on the recommendations you have made regarding the results of the survey. They may have suggestions on how to meet the needs of the community since they are the ones who are affected by the problems faced by the community. However, you should remember that not all recommendations will be effective solutions to your community's problems. You should discuss with the community leaders and members which recommendations are effective and can be used to meet the needs of the community. In addition, some recommendations may be on further studies about the condition of the community. For example, after a Rural Health Unit or RHU finished its community survey, it was found out that many children in the community were malnourished or fed improperly. It was recommended that the government conduct a national survey to determine the numbers of cases in malnourishment or malnutrition in the country. After you have listed down your recommendations based on the results of the survey, you have to present them to the community officials and members. A presentation is the means through which the people in your community will learn about the results of the survey. It is very important to present the result of the community survey so that the residents and officials will know the needs that have to be addressed in the community. You may also present your results to organizations in the community or agencies that may help meet the community's needs. You should also have a report on the community survey. Your report will contain the results of the survey, tabulation, analysis, interpretation, conclusions, and recommendations. Here are some tips on how to make a report on the results of your community survey. 1. The report should contain the summary of the results of the survey. You should mention the most important problems that need to be addressed. 2. Use brief statements and paragraphs that clearly emphasize the problems and needs in the community. 3. Use headings to indicate the content of each paragraph or set of related statements. 4. Use tables and graphs to clearly and easily show the results of the survey. 5. It is important to include your conclusions and recommendations in the last part of the report. These will determine what actions should be taken to meet the needs of the community. 6. Make copies of the report and give them to the community's officials and the residents in the community. These copies may be given while the survey results are being presented and discussed in a barangay meeting. How do you present the responses of the residents to the items in the survey? Here are some methods in presenting your results. Study them carefully. 1. Use tables. Tables make it easy for you to show the results of the survey. The people to whom you'll present the data will also see the results clearly and easily. 2. Use graphs. A graph gives a clearer picture of the results of the survey because it will enable you to see the differences between or among responses. 3. You may use percentages. Percentage refers to the number of a certain response over the total number of responses. You multiply this by 100. Make sure you know the total number of participants in the survey. If you need to know more about tables, graphs, and percentages, refer to the modules which discuss these topics. You may also consult your instructional manager about these modules. You should always remember that when you present the results of your survey, you should be clear and direct to the point. Your report should also be clear, brief, and easy to read, focusing on the things that need to be addressed immediately. Let's remember, recommendations are suggestions or possible solutions to the needs and problems in the community identified in the community survey. You should present the results of the survey to the community officials and members so they may know the problems and needs in the community that should be addressed. A report should also be made on the results of the community survey, and copies should be given to all members of the community, to the community officials, and other persons of authority concerned. You should make your presentation and report clear and easy to understand so that community members can participate in discussing solutions to the needs and problems identified by the community survey. You can use tables, graphs, and percentages so the community members may find it easy to understand the results of the survey. That's the end of our lesson on community surveys. I hope that you'll use this knowledge to help your community towards progress. Kung gusto ninyo ng mas malalim na pag-intindi, huwag magdalawang isip mag-online. Mas marami pang kaalaman doon. See you on the next episode!